the Jesus way.
Oh, the Jesus way
Is the way of peace.
is the way of peace.
Oh, the Jesus way.
Oh, the Jesus way
Is the way of peace.
is the way of peace.
Oh, the Jesus way is the way of peace. When he is king, all wars will cease. May his peace begin with me. I'm gonna beat my sword
Gonna beat my sword
into a plow.
into a plow.
Gonna beat my sword
Gonna beat my sword
into a plow.
into a plow.
Gonna beat my sword into a plow. Christ is king in my life now. May his peace begin with.
They came from Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Texas, and California, traveling to Portland, Oregon, to assist the homeless and provide emergency food and clothing to those in need. Hello, I'm Brent Carlson. Welcome to Brethren Voices. So don't lose a minute in building on what you've been given, complementing your basic faith with good character, spiritual understanding, alert discipline, passionate patience, reverent wonder, warm friendliness, and generous love. Each dimension fitting into and developing the others. With these qualities active and growing in your lives, no grass will grow under your feet, no day will pass without its reward as you mature in your experience of our Master, Jesus. That scripture comes to us from 2 Peter. One of the ways that the brethren reach out to others is with work camps for youth and adults. This year, work camps were held in 15 cities around the country, including Waco, Texas, and the Heifer International Training Center in Perryville, Arkansas. There was even a work camp in China for those who were able to make that trip. There is a wide variety of service opportunities that folks can participate in under the ministries of global mission and service. Basically, they attempt to integrate faith and service as they challenge and equip brethren to respond to human need throughout the world. 21 youth and adults came to Oregon to volunteer for a week at SnowCap Community Ministries, which has assisted East Multnomah County residents with emergency food and clothing for over 50 years. SnowCap provides a vital safety net to so many, and we met with the Executive Director, Kirsten Wageman, to hear about the role that SnowCap plays in the community.
SnowCap is the largest food pantry in the state of Oregon. We've been serving our neighbors since 1967 and providing for their basic needs of food and clothing and other kinds of services like hygiene supplies, bus tickets, prescription help as well. The work that we do, it would not be possible without volunteers. Everything that happens here at SnowCap, chances are a volunteer did it. We're so blessed to be part of the BVS program and have volunteers come from all over the world to provide service here at SnowCap. In the summertime, having young people come for work camps is a particular blessing for us because of their energy and willingness to do whatever needs to be done, even the things that aren't as much fun. We had volunteers this week clear blackberries, they've shoveled bark dust, and cheerfully worked in any capacity that SnowCap asks them to do. And that energy really keeps us going, and it makes a difference for our clients. Volunteers also who are part of the year-long BVS program, they inject a lot of life here at SnowCap. They show us different ways of doing things, they bring new ideas, and are bursting with love. A lot of times I hear that concerns about the future and young people being willing to volunteer and give back. At SnowCap, we are so hopeful for the future because we see hundreds of young people with a real fire in them for service and just a real desire to help. And that tradition continues in great part because of the BVS program. Volunteers of all ages and all backgrounds come to SnowCap, do what they're able to do, which means that we have a variety of abilities. We have some folks with significant disabilities that come and volunteer. We also have people who are are working, and it's hard for them to imagine finding time to volunteer, but we really work with individuals to make it happen for them. If you have a heart for service, then we have a place for you. If that's once a week, once a month, or once a year, we'd love to have you serve. We also have lots of groups of children come with their parents to really get a good start on what it means to give back. And it's really important to us that anyone who wants to help and wants to be part of this community of caring has the opportunity to do that.
The people served by SnowCap are many, around 9,000 a month. And we were reminded that it sometimes includes folks who never imagined needing their assistance in their lives.
SnowCap serves people who need food, and that has changed a lot over the last 50 years. In particular, it's even shifted in the last 10 years. Looking back at our last year, we served people that spoke 75 different languages right here at our little food pantry. We serve people that are working, that are not making enough to have ends meet. We serve people that are on fixed incomes, elderly folks, disabled folks, people from all walks of life. This past year, during extended government shutdown, we helped people that never in their life thought they would end up here at SnowCap. And we do that by extending radical hospitality and always getting the word out. If we know that there's a particular group that's going to need extra help, then we try to reach them as quickly as possible. We know that there are people that might need ongoing help monthly, and there might be some, like the air traffic controllers, that came in and cried and hugged us so much. They'll probably never need help again now that they're back at work. But truly, this is a humbling experience because the folks that need help look more and more like the people we see in the mirror.
Welcome, we're going to make a bunch of boxes. So each one of these pallets has a number on it, and that's the number that we're going to put in the box. And then we're going to send it on down the line. This is not about speed, this is about being accurate because we need the total products that are in here to go to the client. As part of the process, while you're packing a bunch of this stuff, you're going to make a bunch of recycling as well, because you're going to have empty boxes from when you empty it. The best way to handle that is in between the boxes that you're sending down the line. Just put the cardboard right down there on the line, send it down, and the last person will just throw it over into that corner, and we'll have two people over there flattening it, separating the plastic from the cardboard.
Renouncing self and crying out to evil to end its wars. I seek a land that lies all unprotected like a sleeping child. Nor is my journey reckless and unwise. Who doubts that love has an effective weapon may meet with a surprise. Having no gift, a strategy or arm, no secret weapon and no wall defense, I shall become a citizen of love. I shall become a citizen of love.
I think it's just a way for youth to be involved and learn about their faith, but in a really practical way, following Jesus' footsteps of putting the work in and being face-to-face and down and dirty with the people you're serving and people that you might not interact with as often, or out in nature, out weeding and gardening and things like that. Really to give them a first-hand experience of what it's like to serve the way that Jesus did, and with that, exploring their faith a bit, and of course meeting new friends and building community and relationships with new people, and hopefully exploring a little bit of a new place too, depending on where you travel to. So those are what I hope that the youth get out of it.
And it really impressed me when we got here, and he said that they serve like around 9,000 people like a month, and it really also impressed me that how much can get done when we all work together. Especially like not just our kind of group, but like when you watch the people that just volunteer here, they said they have like in the hundreds of volunteers, and then they have like 30 regular staff that are here like almost daily. So it just impresses me like how many people are willing to help out and like give to help other people.
I'm Hank Kelbeck, and I'm from Myersville, Maryland. I go to Gross Nickel Church of the Brethren, and we're out here in Portland, Oregon at SnowCap, which is a community center that helps feed and clothe folks in need out here in the community. They serve 9,000 families a month, Jeremy told us. And so I'm out here with another advisor, Doris, and 3 of our youth. And so far this week we've been clearing brush, weeding, mulching, bagging 2 tons of onions, and now we are boxing up 400 boxes of food that Jeremy and his other volunteers take around to folks a couple times a month. So it's been, it's been a great opportunity for us. The kids are having a great time at work, and in the evenings we're, we have devotion, and we've had an opportunity to do a little fun. So today we're knocking off a little early, and we're going to go to Multnomah Falls, which I think is about 45 minutes away, and kids are pretty excited about that. So we're all working extra hard so we can get out there before evening.
We asked Hank about the goals and objectives of the summer work camps.
Well, I think first and foremost, it's to it's to give back and take the opportunity to help others where they need it, and this is, I think, a great example of just helping out wherever there's a need, whether it's clearing brush at their new community center nearby, or it's bagging rice or onions, or filling boxes of food. And I think it's also given our kids and me some better perspective around just how great the need is out here, and I'm sure all over. So,
with Hank, his wife, and family living in a little community in Maryland, we wondered if the problem of homelessness is apparent in small town Maryland.
It's a big problem. My wife, in fact, is very active, and I help her out whenever she tells me, at a nonprofit called On Our Own, which is a peer support network for folks with mental health issues, and many of them are homeless. And so similar to SnowCap, a lot of the work there is not only providing for folks' immediate needs, but helping to connect them with other resources. So when someone comes in need, whether it's food or clothing or peer support or addiction counseling, that group can connect them with others. And it sounds similar to the work that's being done here. So yeah, absolutely, it's a need everywhere.
Summer work camp volunteers have a large list of places they can go all over the country. And we ask how they chose to experience a work camp in Portland, Oregon.
that what helped us decide to choose this one was the description that it gave us. So we knew that we were going to be doing stuff with clothing and like maybe a food bank and stuff like that. So that sounded interesting to us. And then even just going all the way over to Oregon from Iowa, that sounded cool too. So.
My church has like a bunch of youth group that doesn't really do a lot. So I went to this like a brethren thing, like roundtable, called Roundtable, and it was just like a bunch of us together, and then we like kind of help out a lot doing other stuff. And I told my mom that I wanted to do more stuff that helps other people, and she told me about Workcamps and then showed me a list, and I kind of just read the description of this one, and since it's like a lot of like things that I kind of like am able to help with to help other people, I chose this one.
Hi, I'm Doris Grosnickel. I am from Grosnickel Church of the Brethren, and I am here with 3 youth and another advisor, Hank Kelbeck, and we decided to pick Oregon because that's what the kids wanted to do. We had 2 youth who went to Liebruck, New Mexico this summer, and we had some youth that had never been to Oregon, and I knew it would be cooler, so yeah, that's why we're here. So, and I think SnowCap is such a great experience. They really ministered to those who need some support. We're boxing food right now. We've cleared a new site. We worked in the gardens, so it's been a really meaningful experience. Adventure, fun, we played some games. This morning we worked in a thistle patch, so as I pulled a thistle out of my arm, I was reminded of the suffering that Jesus took for us, and it was just a good reminder. So if I suffer just a little bit, it was nothing compared to what he suffered for us.
Emma Stuhlmaker came with other members of her family to the work camp. She's a sophomore attending Michigan State University. We asked her about her decision to be a volunteer and wondered what she hoped to experience in Portland.
I've never been this far out west before, so being in a new place in the country as well as teaming with a great organization like SnowCap has really just been amazing. And I didn't think like we'd be able to do as much as we could do. Like the teamwork that I've seen here and being able to get tasks done is amazing, and it will definitely be something that I reflect on in the months to come. The other youth that I'm working with has been awesome. They're from all over the country, but the fact that we could come together just for this week and really work together and get along and have fun has been really great. I think for me, as a college student, as a working college student over the summer, I've really been focused on a lot of personal things like making money and getting good grades, stuff like that, and just to take a week out of my summer to try and be as selfless as I can and thinking about others and the work that I can produce with others that would contribute to something that's greater than me was really important. And just take a step back from the hectic kind of feeling of my life and just being able to like drop myself in a place where I can kind of get away from that and focus my attention on something more productive and bigger than me.
Lauren Flora is a Brethren volunteer service worker who is assigned to the Brethren staff of the summer work camps. We interviewed Lauren in the SnowCap Garden and experienced the first on Brethren Voices in 14 years. A flyby by a butterfly. BVS is another way that folks can put their faith into action, and we asked Lauren about her experience so far.
My name is Lauren Flora, and I'm from Bridgewater, Virginia, and I'm serving a year of BVS as an assistant work camp coordinator. I applied to be an assistant work camp coordinator because I attended work camps as a youth. I went to 5 as a youth and 2 as an advisor, and so this is technically my 14th work camp. So I've been living out in Elgin and planning all these work camps for the past year, and so it's so great to be able to attend them and see the youth and see all of my work come together and see them having a great time and experiencing everything that I've been working on. This year we have 15 that ran, so we always do a young adult work camp, and that one's usually international. This year they went to China and worked at a hospice care hospital. And then we have junior high and senior high opportunities. So anywhere from Washington, D.C. to Portland, Oregon, to Waco, Texas, Miami, Florida, Heifer International in Arkansas. We try to do a wide variety of locations and work opportunities, various work projects. Attending work camps as a youth for me really changed my life and had a huge impact on it. So watching them get the same opportunities and even more opportunities than I had, both experiencing different places in the country, different landscapes, and also just these wonderful organizations that we get to work with is really rewarding and exciting for me to see that happen with this generation. Having done them and planning them, I think just giving this opportunity to the youth and showing them how easy it is to volunteer and how easy it is to give back, and how many organizations there are and opportunities both across the U.S. and in their own backyard, and hopefully planting that seed that they can continue to grow and continue to volunteer and be selfless throughout their life.
We also asked Lauren about the objectives of the summer work camps, which have happened all over the country. It takes a lot of work to help make them successful. And we asked her about the ingredients that make a good summer work camp.
There are two assistant work camp coordinators, so myself, and then Marissa Witkowski-Eldred is the other, so she's at a work camp this week as well. And so we started about a year ago, and so everything from picking locations, picking dates with the organizations and confirming them, making a brochure for promotional resources, getting those out to the churches. We do on-site visits to every location that we do. So between January and April, we travel to all of the locations and kind of see where we're staying, see who we're working with, meet everyone that we'll be in contact with, make sure we have everything we need. We attend regional youth conferences and conferences throughout the year to help promote and get the word out about work camps. Coordinating travel and transportation and food and planning meals and making sure we have a place to stay and a place to shower. There's a lot that goes into it, but it's super rewarding once we get here and get to see them having such a great time and all of our work being put to use. Yeah, I have this work camp and one more, and then I'll return to Elgin, where the offices are, for about 2.5 days to finish just some paperwork and financial things, and then I'm heading back to Bridgewater, where I'm from. I actually just accepted a full-time job 2 weeks ago in the middle of my work camp season, so I'll return to where I'm from and work for the Parks and Rec department for the town.
I think the goals are definitely to serve, and I think we as the Church of the Brethren do such an awesome job at that. Here at SnowCap, they said that Church of the Brethren is the only big organization that can come and work during the day, and he knows what our work ethic is. And I said, well, that's because we're rooted in service, and we are serving, and that's what is at the root of who we are. So I think we're doing a great job, and I think that's a great goal, to serve others, to serve the least of these. So that's it. That's who we are. My youngest went to Liebrook, New Mexico, so he learned a whole lot about the Navajo way of life this summer, which is very different from the way we live. So it was a very eye-opening cultural experience. I have a middle son who's 19 that goes to community college, and a son, 22, who is a construction worker.
Sometimes it's pretty depressing in this country of ours, with all of the violence which just seems to happen on about a daily basis. Because of all the violence, I believe we are about the only country in the world that has its flag lowered to half-mast more days than it is raised to the top of the flagpole. So we asked these participants, what gives them hope?
I think what gives me hope is if we can, as a Church of the Brethren, keep our strong root in following Jesus and living simply and helping the least of these, because that's truly who we are. We are Jesus's hands and feet, and we need to love one another and just be supportive of one another.
It's easy to know about the bad things that happen in the world because you hear all about it in the news, and it's easy to know that, like myself, and I know my community wants to help and like make a difference and just like volunteer and do things like this. But it helps to come to a work camp where there's people that are like all around that are from all around the country, just to know, like, we have people from Virginia, Iowa, California, Maryland, Pennsylvania. Even that's just people are from those states that were here. So it just helps to know that there's other people around the country even that want to make a difference.
Spiritual gifts and the fact that like teamwork can really make a difference. And even though it's only 19 of us here for this 1 week, to see all that we've done to change the atmosphere around here and to change other people's lives in this area has been remarkable. So I think we really need to remember that we can do more together than we can do alone, and to not be overwhelmed by those horrible things that we see on the news or whatever, and just try to like band together to make a difference, I think is really important.
Well, there you have it. Our hope for the future may be when we gather together to assist each other. In times when people are falling through the cracks, not having enough food to eat, not having enough water to drink, or not having a roof over their heads, we are providing a place where people can work together to save the earth, where people are serving others with respect and love. That's the Brethren way. This is Brent Carlson, wishing you peace.
Into a plow.
Into a plow.
Gonna beat my sword.
Gonna beat my sword.
Into a plow.
Into a plow.
Gonna beat my sword into a plow. Christ is King in my life now. May His peace begin with me. Oh, the Jesus way.
Oh, the Jesus way.
Is the way of peace.
Is the way of peace.
Oh, the Jesus way.
Oh, the Jesus way.
Is the way of peace.
Is the way of peace.
Oh, the Jesus way is the way of peace. When He is King, all wars will cease. May His peace begin with me. All those who tread the path He trod.
The path He trod.
All those who tread
All those who tread
the path He trod.
the path He trod.
All those who tread the path He trod shall be called the friends of God. May His peace begin with me. Oh, the Jesus way
Oh, the Jesus way.
is the way of peace.
Is the way of peace.
Oh, the Jesus way
Oh, the Jesus way.
is the way of peace.
Is the way of peace.
Oh, the Jesus way is the way of peace. When He is King, all wars will cease. May His peace begin